Once again, it's time to lift back the veil and take a peek into the exciting world of Warhammer Online, Age of Reckoning. This month, we're going to examine quests and the many forms they will take in the game.
So CJ's putting together the podcast. I know you all like the podcasts. I know that you download them in their thousands, but I'm not in enough of them. So in an effort to shamelessly get myself put into the podcast, I'm specially recording this before I fly off to the UK, so you feel privileged. Quests are great. We don't just have standard quests. Oh no. We're giving them all sorts of crazy names and they all do different things, and I'm sure that CJ's been able to animate them in interesting and useful ways. But I want to tell you about actual quests in the game. Why? Because that's what you really want to hear. That's where the joy and the glory is.
You can't talk about quests in Warhammer Online without first talking about the story of Warhammer Online. Because basically, they're the same thing. It's a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. The story is the basis for all quests, and quests are the primary method through which you will experience the story. The two are so connected that quests in the game are organized into chapters, as if you were reading a book. You might remember from previous podcasts that in Warhammer Online, your character progresses through 4 tiers of gameplay. As you progress through the tiers, you will also be progressing through the chapters of the story. Quests will also have a radius, charges, adventures, and epics. Radius indicates how far the quest will take you, and how much of the story will be revealed. Charges take place in a single chapter, and serve to illuminate only that chapter's story. Adventures will continue over multiple chapters, and help to transition the story from chapter to chapter within a single tier. Epics are enormous, spanning multiple chapters from the first tier to the last. Major aspects of the Age of Reckoning storyline will be revealed, and you'll meet recognizable characters from the Warhammer world. So, now that we know that quests are story-driven, and how big or small they can be, let's get into the thick of things and talk about the types of quests you can go on in Warhammer Online. Kill collectors, tome quests, exploration quests, RVR quests, and public quests. Kill collectors. Kill collectors are a new twist on the classic MMO quest. The basic goal is to kill mobs. Rewards, however, will be given out regardless of whether anyone asked you to go hunting or not. If your rampage was useful to someone, expect to be rewarded for it.
Kill collectors. Actually, that's a sort of internal name. It's not really what they are. What they are is called a don't be stupid quest. Right? You ever played any of these games where you're trying to get to a bloke and he's got some flashing thing over his head saying, I've got a quest, I've got a quest, and he's surrounded by bears. You know, bears. Bears as far as the eye could see. Bears, 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 bears. To get to this guy, you have to trundle through, and you have to go kill a bear, kill a bear, kill another bear, kill another bear. When you finally get to him, what he says to you is, I really don't like bears. I'd like you to kill some bears. And you're covered in bear blood. You've got bits of bear all over you. You've got a bear stuck on the end of your sword, and you have to go, what do you want me to kill? Bears. What do you think I was just doing? I've got no idea, mate. Well, you've only just clicked on me, and bears is what it was. And so you have to pull your sword out, and you have to clean all the bear blood off you and the bear fur. You then go out, right, and you go, kill a bear, kill a bear, kill a bear. You go back to him, and he goes, no, I said kill bears. I said, what do you think I was just doing? Well, you can't have killed a bear, because if you'd done that, you'd have got a bear paw. What are you talking about? Well, only bear paws count for killing bears. And you sort of go, I am going to kill you at this rate. Yeah, that's what we call the usual dynamic. Well, we did away with that because it was rubbish. In ours, it's very simple. There'll be a bloke, right? And let's pick something that's more sort of evocative. Let's say it's a Corsair. Yeah? Yes, we are working on elves. Yes, pay attention. Elf stuff, okay? So, you got a Corsair. That's one of the elves, never mind. Corsair, right? And he's standing there, you know, being all sort of like evil and spiky and, you know, enjoying himself. And you're wandering around, you think, I'm just going to go and talk to that Corsair. When you do, you get jumped by Shadow Warriors. Bloody Shadow Warriors. So, you put him to the sword, plop in there, la-di-da heads off, having a pretty good time. When you get to him, lo and behold, the Corsair goes, I can't stand Shadow Warriors, and I see that you have killed 5 of them. Here's a reward. There's no bear paw. There's no Shadow Warrior paw. There's no triggering it to say, now you should kill Shadow Warriors. What the Corsair wants you to do is slaughter Shadow Warriors. And as long as you've been doing that, he gives you the rewards. And the reason that that's done is because the game's really clever. And it knows if you've killed Shadow Warriors. So it doesn't need to be told, activate the now you must kill Shadow Warrior thing. It's quite clever, our server, and it can go, yeah, it's a fair cop. He wanted 5 of those dead, he's killed 5 of them, give him his reward. So we have them sprinkled all over the land. So if you're wandering along and you see a lot of monsters, and you're not too sure if you should bother harvesting them, remember, somebody somewhere wants them dangling on chains. Somebody somewhere wants to know that they've been put into the ground. And no, you don't have to keep collecting bear paws. After all, it would be stupid to keep getting a bear paw every time you killed a troll. I mean, that's just dumb. So, kill collect quests, they're fantastic.
Tome quests. Tome quests refer to a special quest you actually receive from the Tome of Knowledge, your in-game information resource. We can't go into a lot of details here yet, but rest assured that Tome quests are one more reason we think the Tome of Knowledge is one of the more revolutionary aspects of Warhammer Online. Exploration quests. Exploration quests are random, special quests specifically designed to reward exploration. No NPC will guide you to an exploration quest. You can only stumble upon them. They offer instant rewards for little effort and help to enrich the story.
We also have these other ones, another internal name. We call them Christmas quests, exploration quests, wonder quests, Easter egg quests. Basically, they're ooh, cool. That's basically what they are. Bits of ooh, cool. Sort of things that will be in guidebooks, and they will mercilessly take away all the joy that we put into it, but really you should just discover them. I'll give you an example. What do you know? It happens through from the elves again. Another dark elf one. Not that I'm against the high elves. Alright, I am against the high elves, but look, listen, trust me, the dark elves are great. So in this one, you're wandering along, minding your own business, doing the quest. You know, plotting the downfall of the high elves, making sure you betray everyone, looking after the whole reason why chaos needs to be looked after, and the orcs have got to be fed simplistic tactics so that they'll beat things up for you. Plotting how Malekith can take over everything. You know, the basic stuff dark elves do. You're wandering along, minding your own business, and you come across a dark elf on the ground, wounded, dying. He's got a sword stuck all the way through him. He's in no condition to move. He's bleeding like a stuck high elf. What you gonna do? Well, you can bother interacting with him if you want. What's the bloody point? Instead, you take his sword, pick it up, and go, thanks very much. You kept that nice and warm. You get a free sword, he dies. There you go. Moment of coo, lummy. I quite like that. Our game riddled with them. You find them absolutely everywhere. What are they there for? They're there for the people who bother to give a damn. They're there for the people who don't just go to websites and say, tell me how to get to level 50 as fast as possible. They're there for people who bother to understand the story, wander and explore. They're there for people who go, you know what? These people have worked until their fingers fell off. Night and day, coming up with quests. Most of them no longer can sit still. They have nervous twitches and tics. We have guys who sit there saying, am I really just making a genocide simulator? And we have to talk them up and say, yes, of course you have to kill things. That's why our game's called War. Now think of more interesting and comical ways of doing it. Come on now, put some effort into it. Once more, with feeling and blood. So, go on, search the land, enjoy them. Christmas quests, they're fantastic.